sinking ship. I know we have to leave to Mayday, 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 Mayday. You gotta let me.
Alright, sorry. What? Yes, so Hairless here. Today we have Mayday by Home Free. This has been the most prominent recent recommendation. I know absolutely nothing about it. I thought it was a Home Free original song, and this would have been my first Home Free original, so I was quite excited. But I don't know, instinct kicked in and I just googled it just before recording, and I was curious to know which of Home Free composed the song, and it kept saying Mayday Cam song. So I dug a little deeper and it turns out that it is in fact a cover of the song Mayday by an artist called Cam. I don't know Cam, I googled Cam and it turns out that they're a country musician, and as you probably already know, I know little to nothing about country music. I did listen to the original from 2016, Home Free's cover from 2017. Mayday, that means emergency. It's a song about distress. Just listen to the song, the original, and that's the confirmation. So it'll be interesting to see how true to the original they stay. Let's get straight into it.
You are overbearing.
Alright, sorry, this is the same key as the original.
You are overbearing, I'm not.
And it's Tim singing. What? Alright.
You are overbearing, I'm not in love. I don't wanna tell you.
That's ridiculous.
We've been contemplating how to give it up, but I can't convince you. We've been hopelessly holding too tight when we don't even need to. And as the water fills this sinking ship, I know we have to leave too.
Come on, Tim.
Mayday, Mayday, this is an emergency. Mayday, Mayday, you gotta let me leave. I'm lying here inches away, and you can't hear me call Mayday. Said I'm moving.
Alright, firstly, what is that? I'm fine with people having a big range, and Tim clearly does. We've heard him sing falsetto before in Auld Lang Syne. But Tim's not making it fair on others. He's too good. If I heard that voice, I'd immediately say, yeah, this person just has a very naturally high chest voice. It's built for pop music.
Overbearing, I'm not in love.
But then knowing that he can shake the depths of the earth with that deep bass of his. Wow, you know, that's impressive. Is this why everyone was recommending Mayday? Obviously, that's very unexpected, but I'm also a bit shaken up because usually I'm very, very confident in the notes that I'm hearing exactly. But this part here.
We've been contemplating how to give it up, but
I don't feel like I'm just hearing two supporting parts in Rob and Chance. I feel like there's a third voice, but maybe it's just Tim's new voice that I didn't know existed has thrown off my perceptions. But yeah, I just feel like I'm hearing a third part. Rob and Chance are singing it in fifths. This is Rob, this is Chance. And I'll keep my finger like this to show how they're singing in fifths.
contemplating how to give it up, but I've been contemplating how to give it up, but I...
Okay, I listened a few more times and I figured it out. That was driving me mad for about 30 seconds. There's another part laid in that's singing the same notes as Rob, but the same rhythms as Chance. Could be Rob, could be Chance, could be someone else. I imagine it's probably Chance's voice that they've laid in there. Anyway, look, that was a shaky start there, but I like it. I've been thrown off with this unexpectedness, so maybe with this one it's best to expect the unexpected. Yeah, I think it's great, and we've seen before, but you know, again, Chance being able to support that bass when Tim is singing elsewhere is good to see. And then this, the foot stomps, a feeling of camaraderie, brotherhood amongst them almost. Now, I'm sure I've said many times before, Home Free are just very tight when singing together. Listen to this little flick in harmony that they're doing here. It's perfect. I also still can't get over Tim's upper chest voice. And then we have Austin's entry. Mayday, Mayday. Coming in on that B up there. very high in that nice blended voice that he has. And it's now Tim not singing the melody, so it's a change, and coming in on such a high nice entry there really emphasizes this change. And it's also emphasizing the word Mayday, which is, you know, the whole premise of the song, emergency. So far in this song, overall, the harmony has been fairly straightforward, and it completely suits the mood of the song. It's quite similar to the original, nothing bad about that at all. Just in the past with some of my other reactions, especially Angels We've Heard on High, I've been absolutely blown away by the harmonic ingenuity of Home Free and what they do with their arrangements musically. I still don't think I've got over Angels We Have Heard on High. So then we have this part.
You can't hear me call Mayday.
That little chromatic passage there is kind of the most out there thing we've heard in terms of harmony. There's been a couple of more juicy Home Free chords before, but nothing too standout. So this is the most standout so far, and it comes almost a minute in. But I am expecting the unexpected now with this one. So maybe I was expecting crazy harmonies and I'm not getting them, which is nice. Is this though a hint towards more harmonically daring stuff later on? I don't know. Which then I think leads into Tim's falsetto here. Yeah, this is cool. This is fun. Let's carry on.
Said I'm moving on 'cause things were getting rough, but here I am in your bed. I strung it on too long, afraid to be alone. Now we're in over our heads. It's either sink or swim. We've tried so many times for worse or for better. It tears my heart in two to leave it all behind and say goodbye forever. Mayday, Mayday, this is an emergency. Mayday, Mayday, you gotta let me leave. I'm lying here inches away, and you can't hear me call Mayday. Oh, you gotta let me leave. Oh, the weight will make us sink. Oh, could you please help me leave? Oh, abandon ship with me. Yeah. Mayday, Mayday.
Alright. Sorry, Chance, get back to you in a second. Yeah, it's good. It's a fun arrangement, isn't it? And I think they've captured the essence of the original song so well. It's actually pretty similar to the original. Alright, let's go over some points from that previous section. So, where were we? So we have Rob's verse.
And I'm moving on 'cause things were getting rough, but here I am in your
Obviously, Rob is shining here, but I like how musically in the background, it's the beat that is really taking the forefront, and I found that quite a prominent feature in the original song. The supporting chords are just moving at a rate of one chord per bar or per measure, which is pretty much as slow as you're likely to see. I think it's fair to say that these beats, well, at least my thought process is, they remind me of battle, war. Mayday is a term that I associate with war, sinking ships, falling planes. So to me, I just think the beats work really well. Also, the use of clapping adds an additional layer to the percussive element of the music, which further emphasizes the beats that are very similar to the original song. On that note, a bit later on, the chords, they're still kind of changing at a rate of one per bar, but it's not just one note per bar now.
tears my heart in two to
So now the chords are moving all together, that nice descending arpeggiated motif that I played on the piano earlier. It's very simple, they're all moving together, and the uniformity of these parts, not just rhythmically but directionally too, really helps to make Rob's melody stand out. The focus is on 1, Rob's melody, 2, the beat. And then we have this nice section that I'm about to play. I don't really need to say anything about it, let's just listen. Austin's melody a bit later on in the chorus I find very catchy, especially this bit. He's outlining a fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the same interval I highlighted in the supporting parts. So it seems that this interval of a fifth is a very prominent feature in this arrangement, which I find interesting because a fifth in music can often be thought of as one of the more simple harmonies. It can often be associated with music from many centuries past. So it's good to see them using it so outwardly and to such great modern effect. Then here we have the voices coming in one by one, layering. Is what's being sung there, and layering in, very subtle. Subtle but impactful. Adds a bit of rhythmic variety, which kind of juxtaposes what I was saying earlier about the chords changing at the most kind of simple rhythmic changes that you can get. And then just after that we get this bit. You see that feeling of growth, of growing there? We remove everything and then we just grow outwards from one point. Now, I don't want to describe it in terms of musical terms, but it makes me think of an image in my head when I hear something like that. So as we can see from this very poorly drawn image, as you can tell, I am no artist. All three voices start at the same point. The yellow is the middle part that doesn't move. The red is Austin, who begins his rise immediately. And then the blue is the lower part that descends, but only after combining with the yellow for a little bit. I think that music doesn't always need to be thought of as these black dots and lines on a white bit of paper. It can be visualized and thought about in many different ways. And then after that we get a bit more of some home free harmonic fun. This section's a bit less traditional in terms of harmony than we've seen before.
Abandon ship with me, yeah.
And they're singing the words abandon ship with me. The overall feel of the music is definitely minor or sad. But then we suddenly switch to major, happy.
Mayday, Mayday.
That started the same as we heard in Austin before with the chorus, and the music is major there to be fair, but just having that black screen before after following this minor section just makes it all the more a bit unexpected, especially now that the chorus is way down in Chance's low register. Alright, let's carry on with Chance there.
Mayday, Mayday, this is an emergency. Mayday, Mayday.
Cool.
You gotta let me lead. I'm lying here inches away, and you can't hear me call Mayday. Mayday, Mayday. I don't wanna tell you. Mayday, Mayday. I don't wanna tell you. Mayday, Mayday. I don't wanna tell you.
Tim, man, his range. That was a very nice, lovely repeated section to end with, fade out. Very catchy, isn't it? Very, very catchy. I mean, you know we're going straight back to it.
You gotta let
So cool. Bottom B over there. But down the octave, it's just off the edge of this online keyboard. I know how it feels to sing down there. I did it once. I was very, very ill, and of course I was recording whilst my voice was so low. I'll leave a clip of that at the end of the video if you want to see that. Absolutely no shame. But it's so satisfying. It's like you've unlocked a whole new voice. Now, I'm sure Chance can sing like that all the time. So I just want to say I'm very, very jealous. It's such a rich sound. Chance has a rich, deep bass voice. I think I pointed that out when I first heard him singing Down the Depths, covering for Tim. And then last point, what a nice little section of music here.
away, and you can't hear me call Mayday.
It has everything, all the interesting motifs we've heard before. Chromatic bits, the whoa, 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 whoa bits. I want to point out one voice in particular and then what that means in the wider context. I think it's Tim in his falsetto. The bit that I sung earlier. So it's a very, very pure sound, as well as the ooze in the background there. And this is something I'm not sure I've mentioned before, but one of the reasons why I often think that Home Free's harmonies are so tight is because they opt to sing without any vibrato. No wobbles in their voice. It's a flat sound. Instead of... It is harder to be in tune when people don't use vibrato, because you have to be more perfect. And when everyone's voice is flat without vibrato especially. But if it is perfectly in tune, as we always see with Home Free, then that's when the harmonies have the ability to reach the next level. You can get harmonics, all this kind of thing. And it just creates this really, really pure sound. Yeah, I love that. It's great. Great song, great arrangement, very, very catchy, a brilliant demonstration of their versatility, and very unexpected, which we always love to see. Well, thank you everyone who recommended that. As always, thank you very much for watching. We'd appreciate a like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.
fly.